and welcome to Motors for the Masses, and today we have the all-new 2021/22 Euro 5 CF Moto NK F1 Patronus. No? Okay. Alright, the all-new Euro 5 CF Moto NK 30C. No? It's a what? It's a 300. Well, why doesn't it say that on there then? Why is it that companies cannot manufacture stickers to fit on the panels? Do they just go, there's a load of stickers, make that almost fit, will you? Okay then, today we have the all-new Euro 5 CF Moto NK 300, apparently. Let's roll the intro and get cracking. Well, you may be thinking that's a bit picky, surely the other side says 300. Well, let's have a look, shall we? No, it says the backwards F, 0C, FOC, free of charge. Not free of charge at all, it costs money. Hopefully this is the only thing that I don't like about it, but let's delve deeper, shall we? Perhaps the stickers were made at the same factory as the handwear we had last week, but all joking aside, I absolutely love this colour. Well, before we continue with the bike, the keen-eyed amongst you may notice that I'm sporting a different microphone. And in the interest of continuity, I'm wearing the same t-shirt, the same jeans, they've been washed, and the same shoes. But it's 5 days later. Yes, I have purchased some new microphones. Now these are the new Rode Go Wireless 2. So hopefully it'll come out with a better quality, and it's a lot easier because I haven't got wires dangling around. I can put a lavalier mic in there, but I haven't got wires dangling around, and I can do all kinds of manoeuvring without any kind of interference. Hopefully. We'll find out in a minute. So yes, new microphones. Anyway, back to the bike. Now, taking full advantage of the fact that I can move all over the place without any interference from the microphones whatsoever, I can tell you that this uses the same 292.4 cc single-cylinder liquid-cooled fuel injection engine, which almost develops 27.2 brake horsepower and 18 pounds-foot of torque, which means top speed is around 90 miles an hour. Sorry about that. Back to normal now. What helps with that is the fact that it uses a 6-speed gearbox and a Bosch ECU, as well as Bosch fuel injection. Suspension wise, you get upside down forks on the front, and brakes are 290mm disc using radial calipers and ABS. Suspension on the rear is a rear monoshock, and brakes are a 220mm rear disc, again with ABS. Wheels and tyres, you get 17-inch wheels front and back, cast alloy. Tyres are made by CST, 110 on the front, 140 on the rear. Now the bike overall is actually quite small. Now remember, I'm 5'10.5" with a 31.5-inch inside leg. The bike itself is just under 2 meters long, 780mm wide and 1.1 meters tall, with a 795mm seat height. Now, bearing in mind my size, my feet are completely flat on the floor and I still have bent knees. It is very comfortable though. Even though it's a small seat, it's still quite comfortable. At the side here, I don't have anything digging in because it's quite narrow at the front here, and with my leg up, it does sit nicely on this part here, on this little plastic here, and against the tank. So it's a very comfortable position. Now usually I don't like bikes that drop off at the front, but you've got this little bit of, shall we say, I want to say visor, but it's not really, is it? It's like a little fairing, mini tiny baby fairing on the front there, as you can see. And it's enough. It's enough to show that there's a frontage to the bike and it doesn't just drop off completely. So I quite like that. And it looks very pleasing. It's very simple, but it looks well made. The switch gears are very good quality, and I'll bring you around and show you what I can see in a second. So this is the view I get. As you can see what I mean by the switch gears here. Now it's not the traditional push button start, it's what CF Motos have, the pull towards you start. Switch gears are well made here, very good quality, nothing is flimsy, and the grips feel nice as well. And when you turn the dash on, CF Moto logo comes up and then it lights up like this, very nice, and you can change that. Obviously the ABS come on and the petrol light there, but you can change the brightness with this here, so you can adjust the brightness up to the maximum there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of brightness. Now whilst the sun is out, this is a perfect way to show you the screen. Now from the camera angle, it actually bounces off the screen so you can't see it very well, but I can say that from where I am, I can still see it perfectly adequately. And if I zoom in a bit, you might be able to get a better view. So all you're seeing is sky on the camera, I think, but you can actually see it quite well. What if I angle it? Well, you can still see it on the camera, but it doesn't help the camera bouncing it off there, but to the naked eye, you can still see it. Now it does come with two different modes. You've got sport mode or rain mode, and I haven't decided if I like this yet, but in sport mode, this is the rev counter you've got. Push this button on the switch gear here, put it into rain mode, and it completely changes the layout. So now you've got the rev counter up here and the speedo in here, miles per hour over here, in the little window here, which is the same as the other one. So if you go back to mode, miles per hour to kilometers, you can change that if you push and hold the select button. I don't know if I like it. I mean, it's good in a way that things are still on the same side. So you've still got fuel here, temperature here, temperature here. It just moves it and changes the layout. It's not like that Benelli 502C we did before many moons ago, where it completely changes which side of the dash it's on. So I do quite like it. Just don't know whether I like the idea that in sport mode you only get this and in rain mode you only get that. I don't know. It'll grow on me. It's not that much of an issue, I guess. Once again, I got nothing but praise for CF Moto for their design. Again, CF Moto designed by Kiska, the company behind KTM, and it looks absolutely stunning. Really pleased. Again, I know I've said it before, but I love this colour, very Patronus. I don't know how they got away with that, but silver and I want to say jade, aquamarine, sort of colour. Love it, absolutely love it. The welds are okay, they look clean enough. Yeah, they don't seem any problems, they look strong enough. I love the trellis frame. Perhaps a little bit more attention to detail on a couple of the welds, especially as they're extremely visible, and a little bit of a blob there. But it's not horrendous. I've seen a lot worse. There's nothing, no little knobbles, nothing to catch your finger on, there's nothing hanging off. So it's not horrendous. But design-wise, as I say, absolutely stunning. Love the look of this headlight, really like the quality and feel of the indicators. All the little aluminium brackets, very sturdy, nice swing arm as well. I like the bracket on the back. What I don't like is mild steel exhaust. Why? It wouldn't cost that much extra to put in a stainless steel exhaust. Just make it stainless steel, not this mild steel stuff, which will flake off once it gets hot, and then it'll get all rusty coloured. Why? Don't scrimp on tiny little things like that. Just make it a stainless steel exhaust. But hopefully there'll be an aftermarket upgrade. But other than that, I absolutely love it. And when you hear the price, that will probably be quite irrelevant. Other than that, I've got nothing else to say. I love these little louvres in here. However, if you remember, on the 300 SR we did, you could fit a mobile phone in there. But on this one, you can't, and I'll show you why. On the SR, this was completely available to put something in, whereas here they've got a little fin on here, an aerodynamic fin. So now the phone won't go in. They've got this little bit here that goes in a bit further, and it won't go in. So you no longer have a mobile phone holder on the bike, unless of course you put it in there and then just jam your backside against it. I know, I'm being silly. You get a perfectly usable 12.5 litre fuel tank and a sticker that says it's E10 compliant, so we're all good for E10ness. Brilliant. Lights are LED, front and rear, I'll show you those, and it's a good test for this microphone as to how it sounds, because I'm now going to start it up. Let's come around here and have a listen. It sounds like all 300s, being a beefier 125. Anyway, you've got LED lights here, as I say, look, the lights are on all the time. A nice daytime running light down the middle here, main beam up the top there, low beam down there. Indicators are also LED, bright enough, certainly do the job nicely, and round the back. Also very subtle but nice and bright LED indicators and brake lights. So then it's time for the road test. Let's take it out on the road and see how she rides. How she rides? I never refer to vehicles as gender. What is happening to me? See how it rides. The bike is an it. Please let me know in the comment section below. Do you believe your bike is a she or a he? Or do you not care? What am I doing? And let's head off. Okay, well the turn is very responsive. It really turns in quickly. Turns in very quickly. And initial thought is, I don't know yet. It's hard to tell. The dashboard is extremely easy to see. Oh dear. Oh dear. Did you catch that? I'm sure you did. Well, mirrors, very easy to see out of, very clear. I can see about 20% of arm and 80% road, so that's good. Quite pleased with that. I'm just going to show you on the dash here, change the mode. Oh, the mode's on here, isn't it? Mode. So this is rain mode. I don't know why the dash changes in rain mode, but there you go. Back to sport mode, and we're all good. Gear indicator quite prominent there. You are very much perched on top of the bike here, and it does drop off of the front, but it's not horrendous. Gear is quite responsive, in and out of gear, no problem at all. Just going to pull through here so I can whip ahead. See how it pulls away. Bearing in mind I am running in this bike, so I can't thrash it. Yeah, that's pretty responsive. Oh yeah, that picks up pretty nicely. It pulls quite well. No issues with that. Sits at speed easily. Responsive throttle, that's 5th gear, and it pulls away quite happily. No problems there whatsoever. This steering or handling is so precise. You can whip that about, no dramas whatsoever. That whips about really easily. I like that. Now initially, when you pull away, you think that it turns in really sharply, and it could catch you out if you're not used to that style of riding. But you very, very, very easily get used to that. That does not bother me one little bit. That just goes to show that this can take corners really, really smoothly and sharply. Is that a contradiction, smoothly and sharply? I'll show you what I mean. We'll come out to this roundabout and we'll take the corner at a decent speed and see how it fares. Gear change, okay, coming up. Yeah, good gear change, nice and positive. Very simple, easy, and very light clutch. I like that. So here we go, we're going to go around this. Wow, that really leans in so simply. Very good handling. Oh, I like that. Yes. Oh, I like that. It gives you lots of confidence in the corners. I have absolutely no issues with that whatsoever. I like that. Handling seems superb. The ride is nice and smooth. Now the seat is not ridiculously padded, but it's not uncomfortable. It's not hurting me. I do quite like the seat. Wow, once these tyres have worn in nicely, I can imagine you can get this quite far over in the corners. So as I say, I'm going to put it in 6th here at 35 miles an hour, and I'm just going to pull it up to 40. Yeah, a bit of vibration, but you are in 6th gear, but it does pull away. That's pretty good. I like that very much. So I'm in 2nd gear here, doing 15 miles an hour, and let's just pull away, see how it goes. Yep, lovely. So again, let's do 30 miles an hour in 5th, and yep, like it did in 6th, but it still pulls very easily. Great response. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's turn this bike around and see how it fares through the country roads. Well, it turns around really easily, no problem at all. Just going to get through this village up ahead and see how it performs in the national speed limit areas. I have to say, it's very easy to ride. Seat's very comfortable. My backside is pushed not hard against this back of the seat, but I can feel it. But it's not uncomfortable. I like the way the response is around the corners. It's really easy. At first I thought maybe the handlebars are a little bit too narrow, but it's not. They're perfect width. It just nips into the corners really, really easily. Handles so superbly. Mirrors are good visibility. I quite like what I can see out of the mirrors. Tiny bit of vibe on this left hand mirror, but that might just be because I haven't done it up, that's all. Nothing major.
no problems. We're getting up to speed now, and here we go. Well, I'm pretty impressed with that. That's a good response. Great response. Get up to speed, no problem whatsoever. I'm liking that. Yeah, no worries there. I'll tell you what, the handling is better at this sort of speed. It's suspension, front and rear, sort of absorbs the bumps quite nicely. You feel it a bit more at lower speeds, but at these higher speeds, no worries whatsoever. Yeah, just takes it in its stride, shall we say. Okay, slowing down, going through the village. If I had something negative to say, which I guess maybe could do with about another ½ inch on this brake lever or brake pedal on the right foot here, and possibly on the gear lever on the left foot. I mean, I can move my feet in a bit. Let me try that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, moving my feet in is a little bit better, but I think maybe ½ inch wouldn't go amiss, just to bring it out a little bit for those that do have wider feet. I like the feel of it. Now remember, I am 5'10.5" with a 31.5 inch inside leg, and I am very comfortable on here. So the seat is not ridiculously soft, but with your legs up like this, it's no problem whatsoever. I'm not getting any pain or any sores or anything like that. Now once I get around these corners, we'll try again with a bit of speed. Here we go. Yeah, again, up to speed, no problem. Pulls really well, whatever gear you're in. It likes to rev, this bike, it really does. Takes the corners, as I say, with great ease. Okay, let's see what it's like. Bit of dust on this corner here, better take it easy. No, that was alright. I thought I was going to skid out there for a minute, but no, it's good. Again, pulling up the hill quite nicely. Yes, I like this. It's fun. Yeah, no worries here. Hugs the corners really nicely. No problem whatsoever. I like this quite a lot, to be honest. I've got nothing really negative to say about this at all. Not at the moment. Skips through the gears. Skips up through these country lanes really nicely. Hunkers nicely into the corners. Whips around. No problem there whatsoever. So sitting at 60 miles an hour seems no dramas whatsoever. Obviously I can't take it up to higher speeds, but I have no worries about it doing higher speeds than this. Takes the corners, as I say, very easily. Just whips in, snaps into the corner, snaps back, great confidence. Lovely. Very smooth. I like how this rides. As I say, it's a much better ride at speed than it is at lower speeds. At lower speeds you feel a little bit through that front suspension and the rear, but when you're up to the speeds it just absorbs it really easily. Okay, I'm gonna now move my foot. Okay, we're gonna put up to this corner here and see what it's like. I'm gonna try doing it in a higher or lower gear, sorry. Yeah, see, it does pull, but it doesn't really like it. It likes to be in a higher gear, which is not a problem at all, because it likes to rev, and it takes it very easily. I'm not saying it's a revy bike, but it likes to be up in the revs there, which basically says to me that it wants to fly. Oh yeah, so there we go. I like this. No problems whatsoever with the handling, the power, the gear change is nice, the brakes pretty responsive with that ABS. No worries whatsoever. So say the only negative, if there is a negative, tiny bit of vibe through the left mirror there. Other than that, the levers could do with being ½ an inch longer, or you just turn your foot in a bit. That's it really. Yeah, nothing else really bad to say about it. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another negative thing. The horn is very close to the indicators. So yeah, because they're usually the other way around, aren't they? I do like the switch gears as well. Right, so let's go back to the yard.
Okay, quick bullet point summary. Good points. Very good at handling, very agile, very nimble, feels very light, whips into the corners, no problems whatsoever. Plenty of pickup, plenty of go. Great for a new rider into the 300 range, or anyone breaking out of the 125 range. It feels quite big to look at, but it feels small to ride. But that just helps with the handling and the nimbleness. But when you look back on the video, you don't look tiny when you're on it. So it's a weird experience, but it's a good experience. I like the way the clock is positioned. You can see in the sunlight, you can see in the dark. I love the layout, the simpleness of it, and the clearness of it. The switch gears, very good quality. Grips the same. Mirrors, very good. I'll come on to the negative part of that in a second. The foot peg position, very good. I like the way that your knees sort of hug in there quite nicely without being pushed up against the tank. Yeah, that's about it. The tyres feel great, handling superb even on new tyres. So the negative points, well, tiny bit of vibe from the mirrors, tiny bit of vibe. It's not anything to write home about. You can still see out of them. And back to the positive note, 85% vision, jolly good. Another negative note, again, just for me, where my foot is here in a natural position, I'm just on the edge of this brake lever. Perhaps another ½ inch would have been great, and the same on the gear change. Other than that, I don't have anything else negative to say about it. Remember, I'm 5'10.5" with a 31.5 inch inside leg, and this is me sitting on the bike. How does it look? If I have any recommendations, it would only be ½ inch on the foot peg or the foot lever for the brake, and the gear change lever. That's it. I don't have anything else negative to say about it. I love the way it handles. I love the way it picks up. For a 300, it picks up and it gets up to speed really, really nicely. The build quality seems fantastic. Nothing is flimsy, nothing is cheap and nasty. The way the handlebars are mounted, very nice. I love the anodized look on the yokes. Nothing looks like it's going to rust. That's the important part. Except for the mild steel exhaust. That is the thing I would change. Stainless steel exhaust, please. There's no excuse for it. And that's it. Oh, except for the looks. Aren't they amazing? I mean, look at it. Trellis frame, who doesn't love that? That isn't part of it, that's my camera mount. Don't worry about that. The flow of the lines here, very pretty, very beautiful. It's not overrated, it's not overstated, it's underrated, I would say, because I think you should give these CF Motos a damn good chance. It looks fantastic, it feels very well put together. Nice. Very nice. Okay then, back to the yard. So there you go, what can I say? A fantastic ride, and I can safely say nothing negative to say about it whatsoever, apart from the mild steel exhaust. So what about price? Well, it is £3,699 on the road with, yes, a 4-year parts and labour warranty. Fantastic value, I'd say. And that is all I have to say about it. Please let me know in the comment section below whether you have one of these, whether you want one, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether there's an alternative to it. For that value, I don't think there's much else that can match it, to be honest. And please don't leave comments about bikes that are nothing like this. It's a street sports bike, not a race bike, so no CBR 500 comparisons, please. Hello, Mr. Wagtail. So yes, that's all I have to say. If you have any other comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and that is it for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. Please join us next time when we'll be back with a scooter, yes, a liquid cooled scooter, along with lots of other stuff as well. So please stay tuned for that. So until next time, please ride and drive carefully, but have fun. Bye bye.